2022 NXL Golden State Open. I'm Matty Marshall, and I'm up here with Rich Telford. Looks like the MLKings and DMG throwing down right now, and this is DMG's first game. MLKings warmed up and in a loss to Level as looks like a body dropping here early again for the MLKings. And Rich, it's a little bit of their issue in the first one, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you hate seeing one of those guys get shot out of the back line when they're so, so dynamic when they go forward.
Yeah, and it does look like they do shoot a body for DMG, so going to be a 4-on-4 situation. Yeah, DMG body, I believe, just running off. I think it was Gerber taking the walk.
Is that the ageless assassin over there?
Not Gerber. Gerber's still in the pits. Yeah, Shane, is that Shane Howell?
It looks like his style.
It does look like his style on the opposite side of the field that he normally plays, but there is some snake structure over there.
So a lot of people are shifting their aggressive guy to that side of the field.
Oh, another body coming off here for the MLKings.
And that came from Shane, cross shot.
Just had a problem. They haven't really been offensive-minded on their game plans, and they have not been staying alive in their back spots. Now, they did make a game of it because Level dropped the ball a few times, and they had a couple decent points, but they still did lose by 2, and the adjustment has not been made with some offense quite yet.
I agree.
And you look at DMG, it is Shane Howell. So Shane Howell rolling the dice. Oh, but DMG losing a body out of the first box.
I believe it's 3-on-3, Matt.
Yeah, and you do not want to have, you have one guy over here, he's out on an island. You have 2 attackers who are at the 50-yard line on the other side of the field, and now that puts DMG in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So it's a great kill here for the MLKings.
Yeah, and it forces that guy who was watching over the 2 guys on the Dorito side to switch this way to the X side, which weakens their attackers over there because they're not as, free to make moves and there's no one protecting them.
Yeah, they have to be much more careful now because they're going to be feeling more pressure. Connor Kelly improves his position to get in box 1. He's got a body out behind him with Navarro. Now Kelly's going to move up.
He gets past Shane's gun. Shane can get him on the next notch if Shane's gun is up, but if Shane's gun is not up on the gap, he won't see Connor.
Connor Kelly gets the crossfield shot on Shane. A beautiful walking shot from Connor Kelly to get himself to his 50-yard line. As he's going to get another kill, crossfield. Connor Kelly did not have a first good game, that's 3 kills here for Connor Kelly, and he's going to be representing the MLKings in the All-Star game that's going down in Chicago. And he just showed us a little glimpse.
That makes sense.
They showed us a little glimpse of why he got voted in to be in the All-Star game.
Navarro made a great fill out here. The MLKing player did a great job of staying alive, but kind of going forward there and getting 3 kills is definitely why they won.
Mingo's been staying alive.
Mingo's going to that corner and staying alive, and that's what he does really, really well. And like guys like that take a lot of criticism because they're not always as offensively oriented as some of the teams, but you never notice those points where, oh yeah, that's right, he saved that point because he was still alive in the corner.
Yeah, again, but it came down to one individual having to shoot 3 guys, and
which is tough.
In a counterpunch, right? That's fine. It worked out for him, but we haven't really seen the MLKings, at least in these in the first game and then now in one point, and just played with that offensive mindset, playing on their toes. That we typically seen. They've been doing more, counter punching and having to counterattack.
He was able to do that because Shane dropped that gap. If Shane had just been pumping that line through across there, he would not have been able to walk across the field and shot Shane like that.
He had to. First, it was a great shot because he did it on the move, but he had to use his gun essentially as a walking bunker to put the pressure on Shane. But you're definitely correct. If Shane was established on that lane and just pumping paint through it, Kelly would not have been able to do that.
Score is completely different right now. Blastcamp losing their first attacker on this side, maybe 2, Maddie. Oh, dropping 2 and then getting a penalty. So 3 Blastcamp players coming off the break. 2 off eliminations, 1 off a penalty. John is still attacking on the Dorito side for Blastcamp, but it's a 5-on-2 situation here. Oh, CEP now losing their first player over there. Lucky he didn't draw a penalty. 4-on-2. John gets eliminated. Oh, John did not get eliminated. CEP losing another player. Blastcamp losing another. So 3-on-1 now with John in the center coming outside. Gets caught going outside now. CEP winning this first point with 2 bodies left alive, Matt.
Yeah, I just really loved how aggressive CEP looked in that first match. And with this blind layout, wondering the different tactics for different teams and how they were going to approach this strategically. And I really like what we're seeing early from CEP. Now, they did have a tie against Distortion, but they looked good. They looked good during that tie for the most part.
Yeah, always helps shooting 2 on the break and getting a penalty too. DMG coming out, getting our first look at hometown guys on this left side of the field here. Velasquez going out. Boyum. Shane Howe. Looks like maybe Gonzalez.
Anton. Yeah.
MLKings have their standard starting 5. The Wonder Twins, Barry.
Yeah, I believe they only have 6 bodies here.
Yeah, Navarro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ryan's the 6th, right?
Yeah, so, yeah, Ryan Hosky making his pro debut here with the MLKings, coming from the Killers.
Hey, MLKings don't take all 5 back spots. Like to see that. DMG getting a check over there in the tower. Looks like he's alive, so 5 on 5 here, Maddie.
Yeah, I just would like to see the MLKings, they've made 4 Sundays in a row, and they made it by being aggressive, and I'm just wondering where where these secondary moves are going to come from. Nice secondary move here from Kyle Berry. Kyle Berry gets into the inside part of the X. Looks like Connor Kelly's going to go towards the D side. He doubles up, I believe, with Navarro before trying to move over. Donaldson's alive. He's in box 1. And they get a crossfield kill.
That's from Barry shooting that cross gap, Maddie. Kyle Berry was in there pumping that gap when the DMG player crawled through it. Yeah. MLKings losing 1, so 4 on 4, Maddie.
Connor Kelly taking the early walk after that beautiful first point with the 3-pack.
Shane Howe attacking on the D side now into D3 for DMG.
Donaldson, good communication with Kyle Berry and with Navarro. The running referee coming in to check out a player here for...
Whoa, stepping all over Shane Howe.
Yeah, Shane Howe
he better be shot after that.
After getting trampled on over there in D3.
Like to see Donaldson take this initiative and get forward into this 50 over here, but doesn't do it. Allows DMG to get up in there first, even though DMG was down on bodies in that situation. Oh, Kyle gets caught sloppy. Could have easily crawled from that spot, but ran across shooting instead and got caught.
I don't think he knew where the bodies were, to be honest.
Which is just more of a reason to crawl across that fucking...
Yeah, no, that's true. But Kyle doesn't normally make mistakes like that recently, so I just think he thought he had it all sized up, and he didn't.
Blind layout, though, right? That's probably the 2nd or 3rd time he's played that position, right? He won't make that mistake again.
Yeah.
But we usually don't get to see him make that mistake at all.
But that's why it's just fun as a fan to watch these blind layouts, because you're seeing guys figure it out in real time.
That's right. He's like, oh, next time I got to check that off. Donaldson, again, still out here playing tentatively, it seems like to me, Maddie. He does have 2 players in front of him now and does get caught. DMG's going to win this point, Matt.
Good job by Gonzalez and Vitikoff over here. Oh, but then Gonzalez gets eaten up by Navarro, and Navarro is tough.
Navarro's been playing solid, too. That last game, he filled that corner and made a big difference.
Well, one of the reasons that the MLKings have been so good and made 4 Sundays in a row is that Navarro's one of their 2s, or 3s, depending, but he stays close, and he's another one of those guys that repositions at the right time.
Would you say Weber-esh?
Yeah, like Weber from Level, and Weber played outstanding in their first match in that win. Right now,
it looks like
they let Navarro gunfights his way out to the back corner.
And it's a 2-on-2 here, but DMG's playing is playing aggressively, and MLKings with Mingo and Navarro just kind of crossing it up.
Mingo is a survivor, though, man. He's been doing a good job.
Well, Navarro is too.
Yeah, both Navarro and Mingo have been staying alive.
Yeah, those guys almost never get shot out of their bunker. They're almost always communicating, playing the whole field. Really valuable, especially when you have 3 killers on the squad, right?
Yeah.
You need 2 guys. Good mix. Yeah, 2 guys that can stay alive and shoot their guns. Oh, just
Mingo,
like that.
Yeah, Mingo gets that crossfield kill, or was that Navarro? Regardless, the damage is done. It's now a 1-on-2 situation. Navarro knows the count too, and he's just gonna have this side all to himself.
Yep.
Puts last player for DMG in a tough spot. He's got to focus and try to reposition here, and he's going to come back to the middle and hope that they lose him. They might have. Yeah, Navarro's picked him up now, though. Navarro got to be careful. Oh, Navarro just overextending, and a gunfight's going to take it down to our second 1-on-1. Got a red and gold coin courtesy of Hormesis here. See if Vasquez.
Mingo gets him.
Mingo gets the shot in on Vasquez. So, Mingo, I got a coin for you.
Vasquez almost saved it. Vasquez, good game, buddy. You almost got it.
It was a hard-fought battle in that 1-on-2, but just not enough. And Mingo continues to step up here. He's played some solid points for MLKings in that kind of that safety valve role.
Yeah, and like I said, it's so easy to criticize those guys when they're not flying down the tape, but when they pull those big points out for you, you're like, oh, that's right, that's right. That's why we let that slide. Good job, Navarro and Mingo. Both those guys are, I think, playing the best on that squad.
Yeah, I would agree. No one really looked that great in their first game, but they did put up 4 points.
Yeah.
But it was in those positions where, kind of like what we just saw, right? Whereas, Donaldson, Kelly, and Barry do need to step up a bit. 30 seconds. So We'll see if they can. The team overall, though, sitting pretty here with a 2-point lead.
Yep. Is there a lunch break after this next match? Is that when it is?
It's
or two matches?
Next set.
Next
So,
set.
yeah, we're in the 9:50 set, then the 10:50 set.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because you guys play next, I believe.
Just trying to figure it out.
It's a long day. A lot going on.
There's a lot going on. CEP, see if they can get that breakout again. I think if CEP can win the breakout, they have a chance to beat Blastcamp. But if Blastcamp can start winning these breakouts, oh, and Blastcamp drops 1 on the break. CEP with 5 alive. Although we do have a player over there on CEP with his gun on the ground, looking for a hit. Looks like he's okay. So 5-on-4 advantage here for CEP. Neither team in the 50 yet. As I say that, CEP attacks the 50 on the D side and moves up the center of the field. He gets caught and draws a penalty. 3-on-4 advantage now for Blastcamp. Blastcamp immediately attacks from the corner into this X50. Gets here, stands over the top. Doesn't draw any heat, so goes forward into the wing over here.
Blastcamp. Data point early here, so they need this one. Making moves as Kyle comes through and
just a little sloppy. I like his aggressiveness, just a little sloppy. CEP loses another player on the drill side, so 3-on-1 now with Blastcamp.
Yeah, he just didn't need to make that run through in that time. Saw the blood in the water a little bit too much.
Yep.
Still looks like they're going to get this one, but
for sure, yeah, 3-on-1 still. CEP got to stay away from those penalties. Blastcamp caught one the first point. CEP caught one the second point. Really hard to win out here. Even harder when you're doing it down on bodies because of a penalty.
Yeah, penalties not really flying a ton out here this weekend quite yet.
Nope.
But we've seen a few that have been very costly to teams, as they typically are. A few that weren't that big of a deal, but the refs have been not overly harsh out here so far, I believe.
It's because the weather's so nice.
It is a very pleasant morning here a little outside of Sacramento. Capital Edge Paintball. And now DMG and the MLKings going to throw down in point number 3. 2-point lead for the MLKings. DMG not looking bad, though.
No.
Just a few mistakes here and there. And a couple nice moves from the MLKings have turned the score into what it is.
Yeah, DMG should have won that first point. Connor makes a big move, shoots 3 people, and then that second point. Big moves again.
14 seconds to go before the start of this next point. MLKings starting from the red side, DMG from the blue side here at their home field.
I'd like to see MLKings come up with a slightly more dynamic breakout.
I agree with you. As they lose Navarro and Barry.
Jeez, and those are the 2 inside guys. They lost the 2 inside guys going to the tower, giving DMG a huge advantage here with a 5-on-3.
It's been tough for the MLKings here today. Yeah, they have a 2-point lead, but their survivability off the break has been a little rough.
I think that's when you're focusing too much on your shot and not enough on staying alive, right, Matt? Like they're not killing anybody anyway, so you might as well get to that bunker alive.
Yeah, if you're an inside guy and you do get too locked into your lane and you're not feeling the pressure of the stream, because sometimes you can just dodge that one.
Yeah.
And if you're not thinking about that, I couldn't really see if that was the issue out there, but just overall, they have been losing some bodies off the break. They do take a little bit of ground this time with Donaldson getting into box 2.
DMG losing their first player in a 5-on-3 situation. No reason for that to happen. So now it's a 3-on-4 situation, giving MLKings a little bit more leeway, a little bit more room to work. DMG with no one really over here on the X side of the field except for the tower as Donaldson gets into the X. So both teams with one player in the 50, opposing sides of the field, excuse me. DMG attacking with the second player now on the Dreer side.
Yeah, 2 bodies on that side here currently for DMG, looking good. They have the ground. Donaldson does move into the X, first position here outside wide. And is trying to put some pressure here cross field, 7:27 to go. DMG in the driver's seat, though, with those 2 bodies on the D side, trying to push the issue.
Yeah, and I don't know this well enough to see if these guys can see each other or not. But they're definitely laterally across the field from each other.
I don't think Carter can. Yeah, I don't think they can shoot each other from that angle.
If they could, one of those guys would be dead, right?
And body dropping As Connor Kelly taking the walk outside wide behind Donaldson.
Yeah, Donaldson all by himself over here as DMG moves it farther forward on the Drio side of the field.
So this is Carter Donaldson here on your screen for the MLKings. He's in the X.
Yeah, I think the Kings are down to just 2 players left alive, Matt.
Yeah, he's feeling pressure. He's out on an island by himself as DMG still controlling this one here. Need to get up the field, though, and then here comes Hammer about to get dropped. He's going to go the whole way. He's going to go and get shot in on.
Wow.
It's too big of a bite.
That was a long run just to get shot. Was that Boyum?
Yeah, it was Boyum. Too big of a bite there.
A little greedy.
Oh, Donaldson trying to save this one.
He's got the cross shot, too. He can kill the Dorito over there.
Yeah, but I think he's about to get shot cross field.
Yeah, he blew that. He should have shot that guy. He did bounce that guy, but I think it's Gonzalez.
Another body coming off.
Now, if he'd have killed Gonzalez there, that would have been a whole different game, right?
Yeah.
Be a 1-on-1 here or a 2-on-1 with MLKings having the advantage.
Well, Vityukov still alive. All by himself, though, here for DMG, but just trying to pinch out, I believe, just one body left alive.
Yeah, just that corner over there.
Yep. So calm here for Vityukov. Is that Gonzalez over there?
Yep.
Yeah, so Gonzalez and Vityukov trying to finish this one out.
Yeah.
2-on-1 situation.
Gonzalez is super strong. He should come inside, though, instead of sitting outside like that, because he can come inside and walk all the way into their Dorito. Gets the kill. Now Gonzalez is going to go forward and hit that buzzer, giving DMG their first point in this match.
Well, making a game of it. Yeah, solid work by Gonzalez and Vityukov. A little too much of a bite from Boyum as he ran kind of coast to
sloppy,
coast.
right?
Yeah, it was just too big of a move. I mean, they had the numerical superiority. I like the intention, but, you know, he got caught about maybe 10 feet away, so he could have stopped easily at 3 other bunkers and while he was making that move.
Right.
You know, they had a lot of time left to work with, and, you know, the point was theirs. So just one of those little mistakes. I like that he was playing offensive, and that's in his head instead of hiding
For sure.
in the back.
Instead of, I'd rather have someone do that than hide.
That's way easier to fix than trying to take a cattle prod out to get guys to move out of the back.
And at
block.
least he didn't draw the penalty.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those guys, you know, when they're fully committed, they're like, oh, no, I'm getting this guy.
Yeah, but again, I think that type of move is a move that he probably wouldn't have made if he had 2 weekends on this layout, right?
Right.
It's just one of those. It's another one of those situations where guys are trying to figure this out here on this blind layout. They didn't have. No one was able to practice this field. So.
And he's not going to make that move in a 3-on-3, right? But if it's 5-on-3, you're like, I can play sloppy. Last Camp again losing their first player. They shoot a guy but lose a guy. Last Camp has lost a guy on the break every single point. CEP losing another guy and drawing the penalty. Yep, there it goes. So CEP drawing another penalty here, Matty.
Yeah, it's
only 2 players left alive.
Gonna kill you.
4-on-2 situation here. Last Camp with a big advantage.
Yeah, that used to be a thorn in their side back in the day, and the Demon has come back on them a little bit in this one, and they're going to lose another body from that inside lane.
Yeah,
and that's
John over here for Blast Camp. As soon as they figure out it's just one CEP player left alive, and he's in the Dorito corner, this point will be over pretty quickly, giving Blast Camp a 1-point advantage, but tons of time left in this match.
Yeah, still 12 minutes left to go. We're just getting things kicked off. John looking for those crossfield angles, try to close this one out. He has 2 players on that D side, and the concession is going to come with that last player dying out of the back corner bunker here for CEP. So we'll take a slight lead. 2-1 will be the score. Now we'll see if DMG can pick up some momentum. That last one.
Yep.
To bring out, see if they're going to go continually with the same starting lineup. They've been doing roster roulette the past couple years. I've had a couple guys holding it down. Looks like Tyler's heading out there. Tyler Pinilio. Got Vityukov. I got Howell. And going to get a spin for, is that Dina and Vasquez? Yeah, so you know how it is. It's when you're on a team that new faces constantly, who are going to be the go-to guys, right?
Right, yeah, who's going to step up?
I mean, they've had Gerber and Boyum and obviously Shane Howell.
That Shane Howell kid's
forever.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but it looks like Tyler catching one here. No, is that Gonzalez?
They shoot one as well.
They lose 2 bodies, so it's going to be a 3-on-4 situation here in favor of the MLKings.
Oh, that's what the MLKings needed.
MLKings losing Navarro.
Wow.
Looks like Hosky going to get a spin. Ryan Hosky is his pro debut.
He's a killer.
MLKings.
Crawls right in there. First time we've seen him get to the 50. See if he can do something. Checks off on Shane Howe in that corner.
I mean, he's good. There's a reason why they picked him up. He's
real good.
Made a little bit of a name for himself playing on the Killers as they've marched up into semi-pro.
Yeah. Well, and they get to practice against Tampa Bay Damage, and that's a big, big help, obviously. Oh, and Hosky gets Shane Howe, the Ageless Assassin.
Oh, he's going to get
He
two.
gets another one.
Little 2-pack, maybe 3-pack here for
this
Hosky.
kid's on fire.
Hosky going to run all the way down, wave off his teammates, and
good job, Rye.
Score his first point here.
Welcome to the pros, buddy. Welcome to the pros.
Beautiful move. Yeah, and again, we got a new sponsor, a law firm.
M&M.
Yeah, McClenny, Mosley and Associates, as they are sponsoring a moves of the tournament. So, best move of the prelims gets $500, and best move of Sunday gets $1,000. And it's a law firm. There it is. There, you can see the contact there on your screen. It's a law firm that specializes in going after insurance companies, representing businesses and persons for property. So
people against insurance companies?
They're doing good work.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't even have a beef with an insurance company, and I want to hire them.
So we'll be talking about them all weekend long as fans of the game and putting up some cash.
Man, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Somebody's winning some money this weekend.
Yeah, if you're
pretty sweet though.
If you're a paintball patron out there, you love paintball, and you've got a company, help us out. Help the league out. Help Go Sports out. Help yourselves out. One big happy family.
And again, they represent people and businesses in property insurance claims, negotiation, and litigation. So,
negotiations?
That's doing God's work, in my opinion.
I'm going to call him for my next contract. You hear that, Darren? Yeah. M&M's got my back.
We're not actually an insurance company, Rich, but you know.
Well, you know what? We're changing. CEP's got to avoid those yellow flags, Matt, if they want a chance to win this.
Yeah, that's definitely something to discuss.
They've had 3 points. They've had 2 penalties, and the 2 points they lost 3 guys on this breakout. Wow.
Just down by 1 though.
Yep. Gonna be hard.
Maybe down by 2 here shortly.
It'd be hard if they can't figure these breakouts a little bit better. You got to be real good to play 5-on-2 or 2-on-5.
Well,
last camp crawling to this 50.
Yeah, they don't have any outside containment. They're stuck in the towers as Blast Camp now working their way up the field.
Great.
Well, CP tried to get out wide, and he does.
Great move. And if nobody saw him, he can easily get a kill on that inside. Oh, they picked him up.
Well, I mean, he's just in a really tough spot here for CP, feeling the pinch. Blast Camp with the bulk of their forces on that D side and in the center. Players here on the X side. They have 1 player in the X, but the other 2 bodies are in the back a little bit.
Yeah, and
I don't know if they know the count.
A lot of time left in this match.
Yeah, and if I'm Blast Camp, I'm completely content with slow roll on this one.
Right, because you're already up by 1 point. You're up by 3 bodies here or 2 bodies here, and you've got all the positions. The longer this point takes for you to win, the better it is.
Better, absolutely. So no reason, I'm not going to criticize these guys at all for chilling in the back.
They lost their first match, right? So margin might be an issue.
No, it's a tie.
Tie, that's right, sorry. Can't remember if they tied or 1 by 1.
Well, Rhodey runs to his death. Nothing he could really do in that situation other than a desperation run. And that is going to do it here as Blast Camp going to take a 2-point lead, burning a little bit of time off the clock.
Yeah, good job, Blast Camp. They shot 3 CEP guys on the break. No penalty that time. No excuse.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations that if you're going to lose the point, try to lose it fast.
Yeah.
So it gives you enough time.
When
to
if you're
come
a
back.
coach and you're down by points and you lose 3 guys in the break, you might want to think about conceding that.
Yeah, this game's not getting out of hand yet. It's a 2-point spread, but you know, CEP, Blast Camp's just a little bit better right now, but you know, CEP had played aggressive in that first game in that tie against Distortion, who was also playing aggressive, but CEP was, I mean, they were going after it. So as long as they can play clean and continue that aggressive push, I think they can hang with Blast Camp here, but we will see, because Blast Camp's just shooting more bodies on the break right now. MLKings with a 2-point lead over DMG.
DMG coming back out on the field.
Hosky went off in that last one.
Yeah, they did.
Are they going to give him another spin?
Yep.
Yeah, they are. That's a good play call.
How can you not?
Yeah, if you're Charlie Givens owner of that team, why not get the new kid another run after that beautiful little 3-pack he just had?
Well, and again, the MLKings have a slight advantage here in the sense that they've already played this field once, and DMG's never played it. So, MLKings were warmed up and had played the field, so giving them a little advantage here.
Connor Kelly on a delay goes heavy guns early, and then now moving up into the X. Hosky looks like he wants to go to box 2 from box 1.
DMG loses their first player on the break mat, so 4-on-5 advantage as loses second player to Gonzalez, so 3-on-5 advantage here as Hosky moves up and assassinates Shane Howe, the ageless assassin. Hosky, gets caught there. So does Connor.
They have
Navarro going forward on D-side.
Navarro's still alive. It might not cost him here, as
No.
they definitely have done some damage on DMG, and that's going to force a concession. So a couple deaths there. Doesn't end up hurting him, as Kyle Berry's still alive, Navarro's still alive, and Mingo has just been the safety valve over there, man.
Well, and it's funny because Connor's been playing over here, and he's been playing well, but he hasn't really been getting to the 50. And as soon as they bring Ryan in, he's up there killing people, and that's the power of that position.
I was going to mention something about that.
Oh, you were going to say the exact same thing?
You're stealing my flow again.
I apologize.
Yeah, but
guys,
no,
rewind this. Go ahead, Matt.
at the beginning of that point, by bringing Hosky in, I mean, Donaldson is hyper aggressive, but not really on this layout so far. We haven't really seen much out of Carter. And so Hosky comes and gets the 3-pack. They go with him again, and he was, pushing up there a little bit. But yeah, they don't really have much offense on this X side right now. So
Other than Ryan.
So, and Ryan hasn't got a ton of spins. So I wouldn't mind seeing him out here a little bit more if Carter's not going to be willing to go.
You're right. At least 50%, right? At least split the points until one of them steps up.
Proves that they deserve that start. I mean, paintball is a very much what have you done for me lately sport. Now,
100%.
Carter's earned the start
100%
in what he's done in the past 4 events. But yeah, I mean, the MLKings are still just grinding their gears a bit on offense, but they look a little bit better in this one.
And maybe Carter's one of those guys who needs 70 spins, to be able to play at the level that we're used to seeing him play at.
Yeah, I mean, he's still rather new, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Last camp losing their first player on the break mat. Lost a guy going to the tower here on the X side. 5-on-4 advantage for CEP.
Could help out CEP. It's CEP playing a little bit aggressive on that D side. They get out wide. He's going to get a little help. Got a back guy. He's at the can.
I really like the way John's playing for Blast Camp, because he's been playing really well, but he's also been playing bow tapes,
Yeah, he has. It makes him less scoutable. He does walk out into a ball, though. It's because CEP had taken some ground over there, and he didn't know that his opponent was up that far. So now CEP is at the 50-yard line, outside wide and contained on that D side. It's really going to help him out as they dive a body here into the X.
CEP with good penetration on both tapes. They got 2 guys on both tapes, so they stacked up. If they lose their first guy, they got a second guy that can immediately fill it. They got one in the back. Ooh, referee's running to check the corner for CEP. He is clean. 5-on-3 advantage here for CEP. Got to get another kill here. They missed that guy filling. Oh, they catch him on the overslide to the juice box. 2-on-5 advantage now for CEP.
Yeah, and CEP, the sense of urgency, it doesn't really need to be there too much with 8:40 on the clock. They should have this point sewed up.
Yeah, 5-on-1. I think they'll pull it out.
Yeah, and there goes the last kill. So nice aggression starting on the D side early. Blast Camp did not know that body was there.
No,
so a little bit of communication drop there. That cost John his body. And then just really crisp moves up the field for CEP. So back on the board here with another one, making it a 1-point match.
And I tell you, if the other team beats you, if 2 players on the other team beat you to those key spots on the 50s, on the V and the X, it gets real hard to fill out of that back line. If you can shoot them all out from the back line, like because you're up by 2 or 3 points, you're fine. But if you're down points, you're in trouble.
Absolutely, Rich. If those guys have their guns up, we've seen that quite a bit too, where guys are getting in positions and because they don't maybe are 100% confident in their angles. I mean, some of these angles are becoming blatantly apparent right now. But yeah,
that one over there is very, very apparent.
Yeah, the one on the and the V at the center 50 brick for sure. So about to jump into this next one here. MLKings with a 3-point lead. MLKings now going to be on the blue side here. See if DMG can step up with just 3 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. Down by 3. They need to make something happen here, Rich, and they need to make it happen quick.
DMG is to the drill. 50 first, Matty.
That's
MLKings. Sorry.
Connor Kelly.
Saw that dark jersey across the way. Oh, Shane Howe getting shot out of the back center there early on.
Yeah, Connor Kelly again showing the power of that D side. He's winning some gunfights.
Pinched out of that corner.
I think a little 2-pack here for Connor Kelly. At least one.
Yeah, everyone really likes that Druida corner, but I feel like the more and more this field gets played, the more people are not going to like that Druida corner.
Yeah, it's, again, a seductive spot, right?
Very seductive.
You go to that spot, you look at how much gunfights you can get in over there, but the power is really getting bodies up early, either into that brick or outside wide, and Connor Kelly's going to feast on Boyum.
Yeah, Gerber.
Yeah, that was a beautiful point there for Connor Kelly, who will be representing the MLKings in the All-Star game.
Donaldson's like, what do I got to do to get my spot back? Good point there from MLKings.
Looks like they spun Carter and Hosky at the same time.
Yeah, and they had a little bit of miscommunication, so they're down there talking about it now, which is exactly what you want out of those guys, you know?
Yeah.
No, first time playing together.
That's perfect. If I'm the coach, I love, even if they smashed in that point, did great, right? They're still discussing the nuances of this field. Because you got to, man. I mean, no one's had any spins on it except for what we've seen this morning. And now that the MLKings, because they did have that loss to level, putting up a big score here against DMG, which, you know, playing one of the lower ranked teams out here, ideally, as now the MLKings are the 4th ranked team that is currently here, making 4 Sundays in a row and coming off that loss, you were hoping you'd come out and smash DMG.
For sure. You have to, right? You can't plan on losing your second for the day. And
I mean, a 2-point loss on paper doesn't look that bad.
It feels horrible.
But it just, the way they lost that game. They just didn't look like themselves in that one. And so,
100%.
But they're looking a lot better now.
Yeah, and they just didn't have that offense that they usually have. CEP looks like they might have survived this breakout, Matt. 5 alive for CEP, one of the first breakouts they've had where they had 5 alive. Blast Camp with 5 alive as well, so good breakout here for both teams.
Yeah, it's still a lot more time left in this one. 8:20 on the clock still. And just a 1-point spread, but Blast Camp pushing the issue on that D side.
John again making the first move up to those center 50s. And again, he's gone there from the Doritos, he's gone there from the center can, and he's also gone on the X side of the field. Oh, big release. Gets 1. Got 2.
Nice move, CEP.
And
drawing the
red.
major penalty. So
well,
penalties continuing to be a little bit of an issue here for CEP.
That came from pretty far away. Well, I think John might have got hurt up there. Hope he's all right.
I think that was Colin Cherry. Oh, that's not good for Blast Camp. Yeah, John is limping off right now, and he's been
lights out.
Big component of their offense. Oh, he's taking a little bit of a bend down too. Yeah, it's
seeing if it still works. Yeah, I guess it still works.
I mean, he's not really limping anymore. I think he's okay, but definitely something happened to him.
Yeah, maybe he's got his bell rung or something.
Yeah,
can't afford to lose him for sure.
I was gonna say not when.
Blast Camp up by 1, 7 minutes left in this game. 2-on-2 it looks like here, Matt. And CEP, if they can survive the breakout, if they can not get penalties, then they're really close with Blast Camp, right?
Yeah.
But if they get penalties or they don't win the breakout, then Blast Camp just runs them over. Oh yeah. 2-on-1 now. As Blast Camp shoots the back left player, calls it. Only 1 player left alive for Dorito. Oh, and he gets looked like he got caught in the head there, but maybe not.
Look, he got scalped.
Oh, yeah, he did get scalped. Okay. So Blast Camp going to win this point, going to give him a 2-point lead with 6 minutes and 40+ seconds.
Yeah, I agree with you, though. I mean, I think if CEP could just play clean, what is that, 3 penalties for him now?
Yeah.
And one of them was a major. So, I mean, I think that was Colin Cherry that made that big run. It was a nice run. It's just one of those, a little too much, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to be coaching New York Extreme the next match.
Yes.
And I want you to know our complete game plan.
Okay.
Our complete
all 5 in the
plan,
back? 5 in the back.
Is not to get penalties. That's all I ask of them. It's like, listen, guys, I'm going to come down and pitch you, and all I care about is just please don't get a penalty.
If we lose by the mercy rule, we're going to have a discussion, but I'm not yelling at anyone as long as we don't get any penalties.
That's because you have to have a starting point, right? You have to have a foundation to build on.
Especially if you're a team that constantly is going 2-2 and struggling with penalties, which is something that you guys do often.
Yeah.
So
that's our first big goal, our first big accomplishment is to play a match without any penalties.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if that happens as, New York Extreme will be taking the field here in just a bit.
Fingers crossed.
Going to be playing San Antonio X Factor, who looked
heard of him.
Really good at the last event.
Actually,
tough
pretty good all the time.
Yeah, the first 2 events, not so much, but they really picked it up in that last one. Kind of a light line, too. So we'll see what X Factor has here at this event. They're no strangers to heat. It is going to heat up this afternoon. Both teams losing a body here. 2 bodies actually dropping for the MLKings. And 2 for DMG.
All I can say about X Factor, because they are such a good team, is I would much rather play them very early in the tournament, and I'd much rather play them on a field they haven't played before.
That's a good point. Hosky going to make a move up here.
I really like the way Ryan's been playing. I mean, obviously, he's a buddy, but, I mean, he's been getting to this 50 more than anybody on the MLKings and going forward more than anybody on the Kings.
Yeah.
And, again, Donaldson is just struggling, getting shot out behind Ryan.
Yeah, he's been having a tough time.
Oh, now Ryan. Yeah, okay, Ryan got that kill. I thought he was going to miss that. See if he can spin back and get the second one over here.
He doesn't know this guy.
No, he just found him.
Is in here. Oh, he gets the drop on Gonzalez, but kind of stumbles a bit, but not able to get that shot. Gonzalez doesn't
stays alive, though.
Hosky got to do a little tactical retreat. He does. Got to stay gunned up. Oh, got to be careful not to get a penalty here. Looks like they're going to trade. And that's going to leave it in was a one-on-one for a second, but I think Kyle Berry did get the last shot in.
Hey, but good on Ryan, right? For first time on the pro field, he's doing himself proud, doing the Killers proud.
2-pack. That's at least 5 kills that he has in this game.
Yep. And where MLKings were struggling, right? They hadn't had another guy play this spot yet.
Well, it's, yeah, great point. Because, yeah, Donaldson, though he's been a stud for him, he's been struggling out
Not
there.
today.
Yeah, there's really no other way to say it. And then you get Hosky in here, and even though he hasn't had a ton of spins, he's definitely earning some more spins. If I'm Charlie, moving forward tomorrow,
you got tough decisions to make.
I've definitely got. Yeah, I'm going to put Ryan out there a little bit, man. He's earning some spins.
Yeah, Ryan's the easy decision. The hard decision is who do I have to pull out?
Yeah, because you know, based on what we've seen the past 4 events, you could say maybe Mingo, because Carter had been more solid, but Mingo's been their safety valve.
Navarro, Mingo, and Ryan right now are the 3 guys that are kind of like, these guys have to be on the field when we win points.
Yeah, and typically it was the other way, you know. So Kyle Berry hasn't had the best day. He's going to be coming up here in a little bit. Kyle really had picked it up though in this game, and then Connor Kelly's had some big points, but overall, he'd been playing a little bit of catch out there too. So yeah, Charlie's definitely got some hard decisions to make. That's why he makes the big bucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the team he's built, but yeah, it is going to be interesting to see what the line for the MLKings, and they only have 6 bodies. I don't know if Betancourt's coming in late, or I don't know if he's missing this whole tournament.
I
don't think so either. Yeah, I think he's gone. So, all right, 2-point spread here. See if Blastcamp can keep it going. 6:28 to go. CEP going to push the issue and get
5 alive for both spots, Matty.
Yeah. Yeah, they get a body here in the X early for CEP, but inside. It's the easiest spot to make in the X.
I like all the teams seem to agree universally that the back center is terrible because nobody's playing the back center.
Yeah, that D side's really, it's been proving its worth quite a bit.
Yeah.
At least early on.
For sure.
Lots of points being decided on counter punches through this X though. And a body coming off out of the backfield of CEP. Might be losing another one, and a penalty going to be assessed. That's going to pull out everyone from that D side.
CEP kills themselves with penalties.
Yeah, it's 4 penalties.
Every point they've lost, they've got a penalty, except 1, I believe. Blastcamp now loses 2 players. So it went from a 5-on-2 to a 3-on-2. Although it looks like they're going to lose this guy. Yep.
Yeah, I'm wondering what this game looks like if CEP doesn't get 4 penalties.
Right. It's got to be a 1-point game, right? Either way.
Well, it's about to be a 3-point match.
But I'm saying if they didn't get all those penalties, they'd be much closer.
I feel like they've thrown away at least 3 on penalties.
For sure.
Yeah. They've had 4 total. Well, Blastcamp making the most of some gifts, though.
Hey, man. That's all you could do, right?
Yeah, just play it as it lies, man. You know, getting... I mean, if your opponents are getting some penalties and they're letting you play high bodies, then yeah, I'll take that all day, every day.
I also feel like it's a little bit challenging for some of the semi-pro guys to come out here on the pro field, because the pro field, I think the refereeing's a little bit tighter, and I think they get away with a little bit more on the semi-pro field, and they kind of get into that mode, like, hey, no, this is normally okay, and then they move over here and they don't make that adjustment, at least not their first match.
Yeah, and I mean, this is incredibly difficult to officiate this game, and I think the ref's been doing a good job this morning. We really haven't seen too many like needless penalties.
No.
They've been letting some bang plays go through. So yeah, but I definitely agree with you.
DMG with a big bite over here, Matt.
MLKings trying to put the finishing touches on a mercy roll win. Yeah, big bite for DMG. See if they can make something happen here, as they definitely have taken some real estate.
Yeah, finally they got 4 guys up here on the 40s. They lose their first attacker on the D side as Gerber gets into that wing over there on the V. They lose their second attacker on the D side, so 3-on-5 advantage here now for the MLKings. DMG losing 2 players out of the back line. Unacceptable, guys.
Ooh, Charlie getting a spin. Charlie's up the wedge right now. But looking at a lot of bodies in front of him here for DMG. Zvityakov and Gerber are in good spots at the bricks.
The nice thing about Gerber, though, is I feel like he's one of those guys that you give him a little bit of time, he's going to kind of force it a little bit.
And yeah, Gerber taking the walk, but you know, they're down 5 and there's 22 seconds left. They're trying to make this a little bit more respectable spread.
Yeah, I'm not being critical at all. Charlie playing smart in there, getting pressure.
Yeah, Charlie getting some pressure. So they'll take the 5-point win too. Only 10 seconds left. It's looking that way.
Yeah, I think it's a 5-on-1 right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get this mercy roll win, but 5-point win is still pretty filthy on the spread.
Yeah.
Well, MLKings looking a lot better in this one than they did against Level.
Yeah, and DMG continuing to struggle.
Yeah, now I'm just wondering when the MLKing, because the DMG is ranked down pretty low, and the MLKings, DMG is the last ranked team here, and so when MLKings has to play someone a little bit higher in the standings, based on what we've seen, I still think they have some work to do on the game plans.
There's got to be something going on with the DMG program, though. I mean, with the ability of having this facility, having all the divisional teams to draw from, the ability to practice against Impact, having Dave as a backer and a coach. I mean, they should be doing significantly better than they are doing. Not trying to be critical.
Well, it's tough when the rosters change so much. It's like who are your go-to guys? So even if you're getting tons of spins, and if they're guys coming up from the divisional ranks, once they get to that pro level, as we well know, it's the reason it's the hardest league in the world. You never really know until you get to the tournaments.
Yep. CEP with 5 on the break alive. Blast Camp with 5 as well, Maddie. CEP pushing hard on that D side. Getting it checked out. Looks like he's okay. CEP down by 3 here. 5 minutes left. They certainly could come back in this match, but they need to mount some offense. Blast Camp losing the first attacker from the D side. CEP to the X on the tape over here, and the V at the same time. So controlling the center 2 key bunkers is CEP. They do have John trapped in that center can. Oh, they should have caught him going across. Oh, they did catch him going across that gap. Blast Cap drops another, so CEP up by 2 bodies here, Matt, in a 5-on-3.
Yeah, John comes through looking around, begging for a penalty or something, not getting anything.
Yeah. Not sure what he was complaining about, but he gets his penalty.
Yeah, a penalty was assessed on CEP again. Penalty number 5.
Yeah.
Did they pull a body for that penalty?
They did.
Okay.
So heads up, CEP, if you're at practice, you might want to cheat a little less in practice, because you guys are getting a penalty almost every point, and it's hurting your performance. And generally speaking, when you get a lot of penalties in tournaments, it's because you're playing a little bit loose in practice.
Well, they've thrown 3 points away because of penalties.
Minimum.
They're down by 3. Doesn't look like they're going to throw this one away necessarily. They still have 3 bodies left alive, and I think Blastcamp's down to, what, 1?
He got shot in his back, and he's trying to hide it. The CEP guy, he should get a penalty for this.
Oh, and a body for CEP's coming off on that 50.
And he gets away with it. Wow. Yeah,
so now
CEP's dirty.
It was a 3-on-1. No, 2. There's another body left alive. Back corner.
2-on-2?
Yeah, 2-on-2. 2-on. Yeah, it was a 3-on-2 in favor of CEP. Now a 2-on-2.
Yeah, number 3 here for CEP got away with 1. Oh, Blast Camp drops into player on the D corner. CEP is going to get this point. Only going to be down by 2 with a little bit more than 3 minutes left in this match, Maddie.
Yeah, that's still possible if they can play clean. I don't
think they can play clean. It's going to be whether or not refs can catch them or not. They got too many dudes playing too dirty to play clean.
Yeah, so they're going to get this one with what? Just under 3, 258, and 2-point spread. Again, I'm just wondering, if CEP doesn't get 5 penalties, what does this spread look like? I mean, they might have the lead.
Yeah, or it'd be a 1-point game, right?
Yeah, the story would be way different.
Yep, for sure.
So, but honestly, like, that's fixable, man. You go to practice,
yeah.
You just be super harsh.
And you be honest with each other. Like, listen, man, we can't go out and get 6 penalties in a match, right? Yeah. We're not going to win matches like that. If we get 1 penalty, we've got to completely tighten it up and play way more conservative penalty-wise.
Yeah, some of the gnarliest gray area players I've ever played against were also the most honest in practice.
Oh.
Because they would just straight up tell me, they're like, I'll cheat you in a second in a game.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to do it in practice because it's going to build bad tendencies. And
it's going to make you a bad player.
Yeah. So, it's one of those situations it's fixable. It's just got to start in practice. You got to call those close ones and
it's one of those easiest
simultaneous ones that weren't really simultaneous.
Right. Ego simultaneous.
Yeah, so we'll gonna have 2 minutes in between points here. See if CEP can step up. Again, just a 2-point spread, 3 minutes. They're gonna have to be close to a full send situations. 1.5 minutes per point. That's not quite reckless attack. situation for them. They don't need to be running down the field with 5 guys. Yeah, no flying V. You can have a pretty legit game plan with a minute and a half, but they really are going to have to be forcing those secondary and those third moves.
And they can't get any penalties.
Yes, and we keep repeating it because when you get 5 penalties, that's a big story.
Well, and when you have a morning when other teams are getting a penalty and most teams are getting no penalties, and you have 6, then clearly it's not them.
If it's a nasty day where there's just flags thrown constantly and everyone's all crazy, then yeah, different story. But just like you said, when most of the teams out here are getting a couple or none, and you get 5 or 6, that's a problem.
Yeah, the problem isn't the refs.
Yeah.
Blastcamp tightening up their breakouts, struggling in that first match a little bit, but doing good on these breakouts here in this match. 5 alive again for Blastcamp. CEP attacking with 1 guy in each tape going to the 50, so 1 guy in the X here and 1 guy in the Y over there. Really good field position here for CEP early on in this point.
They do need to start pushing the issue, though, here with some of their back players getting in the game as well. A lot of times you'll see situations where a team at this moment will start playing like they just need 1 and not like they need 2. You have to pretend in your mind that you only have a minute and 30 seconds to work.
If you're down by 2, cut your time in half and win your first point in half the time. Or less, to give yourself a little bit more time on the last point.
Blastcamp just chilling in some decent spots here, mostly in the backfield, just rolling guns.
No reason to do
this lead.
Anything other than stay alive and shoot your gun.
John, after coming off what looked like maybe a little bit of an injury.
Yeah, I don't know if he should be making this move here, because with CEP in both of these spots, they can really cut down the field really well.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows that they're, he's not. He's going to go through, got to be careful.
Well, and that's how he got shot last game.
Yeah.
Doing the exact same thing. Last game he didn't run shooting, right?
And you got to know that, based on the situation, that CEP, if you don't know where all the bodies are and you didn't see them walk off, they're probably going to be up in some decent spots. Little counterattack here, though, for Blastcamp. Runs down that body.
Oh, look, he got shot in the legs from across. There's 2 guys that have done that.
Whoever this is for Blastcamp. Oh, it's
number 12.
Jackson. So he saved this one here for him.
For sure.
Nice job by Jackson.
Jackson with a save.
That was a big move right there. A little 2-pack.
Yeah, and that's going to probably win that match for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the coffin nail. As just a minute and 30 seconds left, and now a 3-point spread. The question is going to be, CP's going to take a loss. How big is the spread going to be? Can you do 3 minutes in a minute and 30?
Of course.
It's happened. It's very rare. Very rare, and you need a lot to go your way. You need Blastcamp to start getting penalties of their own, which I don't think, have we seen a penalty on Blastcamp today?
Not in this match, in the earlier matches. Earlier match.
Blastcamp had a tie against the Titans. I can't remember if they got a penalty in that one.
I thought they got a penalty in that match. Because they had a breakout where 2 guys got shot, but 1 guy got pulled on a penalty, so they lost 3 on the break. Actually, that might have been the first point of this match. I can't remember now. It's only Friday, and it's already blended in.
So, yeah, CEP just going to now truly be forced to, if they want to try to win this one, because that's another question, too. Are you going to be content with this 3-point loss, or do you want to maybe run the risk
making
of a 4-point loss by going into the flying V, where you just have 5 bodies running up the field to give yourselves any chance of winning? It's just tough morale-wise and for your soul to just accept that 3-point loss.
It's just for the soul.
Like, no, we got to go out fighting. And then sometimes your coach will be like, no, we're just going to take this 3-point loss. Let's get one, because if you take a 4-point loss, you have to get a 4-point win just to get back even.
Yeah.
And as it stands now, with that tie they had earlier, they're going to go, which was, again, even on the spread because it's a tie, then you go into this loss.
Negative whatever.
Yeah, so we'll see. And then coming up next, San Antonio X Factor. Going to be taking the field against New York Extreme. Looks like we're going to have Robbie Goldsmith and I believe Kyle Berry.
Nice.
Coming up to do some commentating. And then also we'll also see Paintball Fit being outstanding in their first one, taking on the Titans.
Excuse me, Mingo would like you to stop doing the webcast so that he could have his coins. Everybody at home, stop what you're doing because apparently somebody needs a coin.
I will give you your coin after we're not live while I'm talking about these other teams, Mingo.
CEP flying down the field, referees are chasing him. So CEP dropping 3 on the break here, Maddie.
Not ideal, but it looks like they're still risking it. They're trying it.
Yep. Damn the margin. Let's just go, boys.
Yeah, and I think if they, I wouldn't want this game getting any farther away than 4 points.
No, if you lose 3 guys in the break, it's probably, hey guys,
hey,
let's just cross it up and try not to lose this point.
We tried. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Let's
5
reset.
on 2. Let's just try not to lose this point. That'll be a victory. Nope, they're going.
Yeah, and then if I'm their coach, I'm going into this meeting after this, and I'm going to be asking some questions to all the guys that got penalties. Hey, did you feel that one? Oh, you did.
Did you know that once you get shot, you have to stop shooting other people?
Yeah, if you didn't, then all right, that's a different type of conversation you need to have. We still need you to have better body knowledge and presence of mind in that situation to be able to feel those hits.
Maybe wear less layers.
So
that blast camp looked real good at that point.
Yeah, blast camp. Oh, they're going to towel it. Okay. So still 22 seconds left, and if they toweled it, that means they're going to attempt to come out and try to score another point, which...
Well, what's really interesting, too, about the kind of mentality going into these tournaments, because they're minor events, some guys look at it just as like an expensive practice, right? Like, hey, let's just go out there, let's play paintball, not stress out, not worry too much about it. So, hey, we're down on points, let's just keep going, because we don't really care about the margin. Some other teams obviously are going to be looking at it very seriously, just like a regular tournament.
Well, CEP didn't go to the last minor, so the fact they're even here, I mean, they're ranked 11th. They took 7th at the first event and 10th at the Mid-Atlantic Major. But if I'm blast camp, I mean, not only did they come to the last minor and they won it, but they also won the last event, and then they took 11th at the Sunshine State Major. So they're trying to do better than 11th to get rid of that score by playing all the events. And then really try to go for that #1 spot. So, I mean, there's no way blast camp's looking at this as an expensive practice.
No way.
They're looking at, all right, we want to be the next pro team.
Yeah, this is our spot, guys.
Yeah, we got a chance. And they have a real good chance. I mean, they're currently sitting right behind Paintball Fit in the overall rankings. Paintball Fit's at 272 overall points. Blast Camp's at 266, and then Notorious is at 258.
A lot of good heat coming out of Texas, man.
Yeah, man.
I feel like that's the spot. If you're up and coming right now and you want to make your mark, that's the place you want to be. Used to be up here. We're down that, up south, down South California, Northern California. Then it was Florida. Now it's Texas.
I don't know. I think the Dynasty guys would say that the Californians can play some paintball. I believe it's pronounced Dynasty.
Those guys were good at paintball 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure how you pronounce the Y's, but
why?
So, yeah, 4-point spread. Could be a mercy rule win here for blast camp if CEP runs into the guns. I mean, at 13 or what was it? Was it 15 seconds left? 20? Well, we're about to find out.
Not enough. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, 21.
CEP loses 2 on the break. Matty really struggling on the break, man. Blast Camp doing a really good job of laying in the field, controlling the field. CEP dropping another now. So CEP down to their standard 2-on-5. They shoot John, so 2-on-4. Still attacking, which I like. They do make it up to that 50. Fortunately, the game is over.
So that is going to do it here for this set. Congratulations to Blast Camp. Solid victory. Rich Telford's going to go down and coach New York Extreme, who are going to be battling against San Antonio X Factor coming up next here at the 2022 NXL Golden State Open. Also, congratulations to MLKings. They go 1-1. I believe we are going to be having Kyle Berry and Robbie Goldsmith, who coaches Columbus Level, come up for this next one. I'm Matty Marshall here on Go Sports. See you in just a few.